Oh my goodness.
Break on through to the other side. Welcome back to D5 Questing.
It's pretty good.
Oh my goodness, I'm too tired.
How late were you up last night, Reed?
1:30.
Hey.
Episode 1 is already the loopy episode.
Here's the problem though, is I had to go and get Jake early this morning and wake up at like 6 something, which is not my usual time to wake up. And yeah.
Quit whining.
It was but I kept on waking up thinking that I'd overslept and missed my alarm every hour, do the whole thing. It's terrible.
I woke up to it being light outside, and that was a different experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
Shot out of bed.
Usually up at the dark, and so I did the same thing.
Up at the dark and down at the dark.
Yeah.
Sounds
I
like
got a brand new bed, and it feels fantastic.
Is it a purple?
No, but it came vacuum wrapped.
Those are fun to open up. Huh?
So like it was and it was pretty cool, and it just like expanded across my whole queen.
It's pretty. It's a pretty cool experience.
My mattress came dehydrated. I just had to put a drop of water on it.
It's like those old. It's like those old Looney Tunes where Marvin the Martian would have the dispenser of just different dehydrated things, like his spaceship that you'd have to put.
All right, Nanyas. Let's get this thing started. Welcome back to D5 Questing.
Are you all ready for D5?
New opening.
That'll be the opening for season 2.
That's our closer.
I'll tell you what. I don't know what was going on there, but we were having some fun. So
we found we should start a ska band.
Yeah,
that's what that was. Right?
Bring ska back. D5 ska.
Welcome back, everybody.
That was like the whole John Cena thing.
Speaking of John, I'm looking at his throughout that whole thing, his audio blips, and
I was
not a single nothing.
John tried to contribute, but he was choking on his mustache.
I was laughing too hard.
All right.
So, Reed, do you have word of wisdom?
I've got some stuff here. Success. All right. Today's episode will be brought to you by success. Some people dream of success, while other people live to crush those dreams.
Me.
I'm hoping.
That's right. I will crush you all.
Oh, you're my no R2D2.
Whose high-pitched laugh is that?
He's inhaling the laugh.
Oh, man. This is going to be a good episode.
There's some talk behind the scenes of us playing a Star Wars type game, and I want that to be H's character's voice.
Oh my gosh, that's so hard to do a full dialogue in.
Start practicing. That's what the fans want.
Welcome back to D5 Questing, where the quest is real.
My character talks like this.
So
is this a joke to you? We're talking about death sticks.
Quit laughing at me.
Reed just has a container of helium next to him the whole episode.
Yeah. Oh god.
All right, well then who's sucking down the sulfur?
Sucking down that sulfur, baby.
Okay,
So,
I'm gonna go compose myself.
There
So
you go.
we're,
Composure.
we're marching to the end of season 1.
Yeah, we are.
Welcome back to a new recording session. So, to kind of get everybody caught up and on board, let's do a recap. Who wants to do the recap?
I think you should do it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You do it.
That sounds like none of us listened to the last episode.
So last episode, you guys started off at Kolhaita's temple, and you went to the first temple, the temple to Usora, and she's the goddess of sun, fire, and light. You met Rosina, who was nice, and she was like, yeah, this is just, we're taking this as a sign. And I'd heard rumors, and you guys were like, well, where'd you hear the rumors from? Well, like, who specifically did you hear the rumors from?
Give up the rumors!
Just rumors. But you saw that there's still a whole lot of rubble and stuff there. Rubble, ash, and debris. Then you went to the Temple of Akhota and met Silvo, to whom Mordax's character was like, listen here, you little SOB. I don't think you know what you're talking about.
That's exactly right.
I think that's, but in Mordax's voice. And didn't get along super great. And then you met Robert and Tony.
Those guys are
They're
cream
good
of the
guys.
crop.
They're good guys.
Those guys are pretty good guys, huh? They're pretty good. Hopefully they come back again.
Tony, you got that wall up?
Get that walk, Tony, before we go to lunch, okay? But you found that it was surprisingly in good shape and farther along in the cleanup than what you would have expected for the temple that burned down recently. And then the last one you went to was Sharoba, which god of wealth, prosperity, worldly goods.
Cha-ching!
You met Akaya, and she was like this, and she was like, oh, those poor people on the outside, they're just, oh. So we took our rebel, and we just left it out there, and they just took it. Oh, so unfortunate, but it's not my problem. Typical Cherobin. And then she asked for a little jingling in their cup. Be like, hey, that sounded provocative. Asked for a donation for her humble church, to which you guys all left and just left her standing there. But then you walked by.
Someone took something out of it.
Torva was going to. He decided not to retcon that.
Oh.
Do one of those Robin Hood moves where I take the coin and bounce it into the cup and bounce the rest out.
Oh
They call him a slob, but he's doing his job.
Do.
That was a good spot.
Right now, got us.
It was inevitable.
We've been quoting it a lot, and
for president.
Head for president.
And then you left there, and you were on your way to go see Shimo at his apothecary, because you've got that plank of wood from the crate with the fee symbol on it. And I think Mordax is carrying that.
I am still.
But you walked past Henry Hanover's humble abode, and there was a small crowd gathered, and you went up and found out that he had killed himself.
No,
Yeah.
So that is where we left it. So after we hung up the episode last time, then we all kind of stayed on for like...
Was it said that he killed himself? I thought it was just stated that he was dead.
No, the guard told Champ
that it looked like it was suicide.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, just the stress for him got too much, and
seemed really stressed out when we were talking to him.
Couldn't handle it, couldn't cut it. So
nah,
not Henry Hanover.
So, but then we stuck around for like 30 or 40 minutes, and you guys were just talking about theories about what's going on. H, what do you think's going on?
I think that somebody poisoned him with Mr. whatever alchemist's name is.
Shimo?
Yeah. Somebody had him mix up a potion that wasn't traceable, and he killed him.
Somebody poisoned the water hole.
No, they did not.
I think Henry was working to become a lich, and he actually was setting us on these projects to go and put certain places around the entire city that were going to anchor him, that when he would enact it after his death, it's actually going to kill off about 3/4 of the population and create his phylactery, and then he's about to become a lich.
That was the worst Ghostbusters movie.
Okay, so is Torvo going to be all right with being a tool in killing 3/4 of the children?
Sure, it's fine with me.
Was it before? But he's not okay poisoning the water.
Poisoning the water, wrong. But
hear me out.
destroying people,
Hear me out.
right?
Look, their souls are still going to be there.
Helping a lich. Reed, what do you think's going? What does Mordax think is going on?
Mordax is definitely thinking that this is something to do with the Thieves Guild. That the Thieves Guild has their hand in this, and trying to take over the government. So
deep state,
man.
But that's I think that's neither here nor there. Just kidding. No, that's
neither here nor there.
It's everywhere.
I say we go and clean them out. Let's kill some thieves.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I think the Thieves Guild's
out of there.
But I don't think it's really that important of a detail.
What if we killed the Thieves Guild and just became the Thieves Guild?
Hey.
Would Champ be okay with that?
Yeah, I could make it work.
What if we just leave Propa?
That'll do it for season 1.
Hanover's dead.
What if we just go back to Stoneform and massacre everyone there?
That's like how I got once in a while on things like Baldur's Gate and stuff. I just look around, save my game real quick, and then kill everyone I could.
that look when the NPC gives you when you quick save your game and draw your sword.
Oh, that's a good one. Be careful.
You gain more experience from talking to people.
What did you say about the price of fish?
That's why you save the
game. Speaking of the price of fish, let's go check in with Canada. 2 questions. What's the price of fish up there? And what do you think is going on? What does Rav think is going on?
Well, first of all, the price of fish is whatever it costs for a fishing license. So, yeah, about $30.
Land of the free, home of the brave up there, apparently.
Yeah,
remember.
Yeah, they don't sell fish in the stores. You get it.
But Rav is thinking there's conspiracy and there's more than just the obvious things going on. So, demoralizing people by destroying temples, the mysterious boxes outside of the city and everything else going on. Yeah, Rav's a little concerned for the people that are obviously being blamed, that they're innocent.
I like the idea of this I just realized it could be a reality in this, where I was going to say, oh yeah, and the lizard people are in the government. And then I was like, oh yeah, maybe they are.
Well, remember, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Don't teach a man how to fish and feed yourself. He's a grown man, and fishing's not that hard.
Well,
Ron Swanson.
Nick Offerman.
Pizza Farm.
The Pizza Farm.
So I also wanted to go over briefly a list of potential important NPCs that we've met in Proper.
They've been parted.
Oh, Mordax also is very suspicious of Salvo and thinks that Salvo is pretty much in on this whole thing.
Second theory, Caladrel did it.
All you got to do is huddle up, and you can ask her yourself.
Caligel found Locke Montgomery, and together they became one.
Caladrel's the Lich.
Yep.
Caladrel's the Lich. So, Henry Hanover, deceased, former heir to the Cherobin High Council seat. So, I guess we don't have to worry about him anymore.
His dad doesn't either, huh?
Hey-oh!
I say we kill the other brother.
And the dad.
Speaking of his dad,
let's just kill everybody.
I know you haven't met him, but you may or may not meet him at the very first part of when we start actually playing this episode. Kenrick Hanover is his name. Leader of the Cherobins and sitting member of the Propan High Council, Henry and Harry Hanover's father. And he's played by John Noble, by the way.
Oh.
John Noble. Denethor from Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Hanover is Henry's twin brother, current heir to the Cherobin High Council seat. He's got a scar across his eye/face, wears an eye patch. You've not met him, but that's who he is. Sir Tracy MacDonald, friends/housemates with Henry and Kanarin Shadowbreath, worships Alifar, druid. He's the one that you found in the pit. His bumblebee Krillic. Kanarin Shadowbreath, you met him in the house. Friends and housemates with Henry Hanover and Tracy MacDonald. Disgruntled at PCs staying with them at the Hanover Manor. Worships Igwe and is played by the former great Alan Rickman.
That's right.
So, but you guys met him on your first night staying at the Hanover Manor. He has a brother, Shimo Shadowbreath, who you've not met. But you've heard his name be mentioned a few times, and his shop be mentioned even more. But that's Kanarin's brother, runs the apothecary. Helgana, leader of the Kolhaitan worshippers, sitting member of the Propan High Council, Champ's direct supervisor. So if you call the Kolhaita Temple and Champ answers and you have a problem, then you'd be like, I need to talk to your supervisor. Helgana's the one that picks up the phone then.
So if she dies real fast, who takes over?
Champ.
Oh
no, I meant Champ.
Oh no, it's just the next ranking, the next senior priest or priestess.
How many people before you?
All of them, many.
Okay.
Because champions don't take over.
Oh, you do your time as a champion, and then you're like, "Yo, I'm good."
The Queen of Naboo went into politics, so I don't see why you can't.
Hey, let's just forget about that because that was annoying. First off, but
pew pew.
So yeah, I think the next person in command, his name is Cyrus. Is that accurate?
Yep.
That's the first name on the list of NPC names that I've written down. So
yeah, that sounds right to me.
So Cyrus, got to add him to the list.
Because you're gonna kill Helgana.
I don't know.
That's on you. That's on you, Jacob.
You guys are gonna kill Helgana.
Not happening.
She's behind this. She's the
Lich.
Well, great.
Agent.
Looks like I like ghosts now.
As I said before, she did it. It was her.
How ironic would it be if she was raising the dead?
That'd be very, very ironic.
That'd be pretty dark, man.
That would be. All right, let's take a quick break. I got some things I got to do. Adrian, Kesta, Vathra, and Briar, refugees from Riverbend disaster, met and accosted / helped on the road to Prapa, worshippers of Swiatlo.
Aren't they actually, though?
Aren't they? There's something else. Aren't they all?
What's the name of Rav's tongue? His alien tongue that he just got?
Rav?
That doesn't have a name. It's just a tongue.
Torvalicious.
No. It's got to have a name because it shoots out and has a mouth.
Torvalicious.
Tongue.
Torvalicious.
In your tongue, it's called tongue.
Torvalicious.
Yeah, there you go.
Torvalicious.
Rosina is the priestess at the Temple to Yusora, hopeful, optimistic about the future, has heard rumors about refugees starting the fires, but is taking it as a sign. Temple rubble and debris all over. And Robert has a crush on Rosina.
What?
Yeah. Selvo, priest at the Temple to Akota, stern librarian type, disagreement with Mordax, firmly believes the refugees are behind the fires, temple already being rebuilt.
I doubt he firmly believes that. He's just using it as an excuse.
That did piss me off.
Played by Paul Lieberstein.
Mm-hmm.
Akaya, priestess at the Temple to Chiroba, snooty, typical Chiroban, high praises to the Hanovers, believes the refugees are behind the fires, asks for donations from the PCs, temple already being rebuilt. Colin Nocturne, the Prapa slums gravedigger, recently had a side hustle selling corpses to necromancer outside of town. Yogbud was the Thieves Guild sentry that you guys, he was like, oh, is your name on the list?
Yeah. Surprised he matters. Like, we didn't even get his name.
He offered it. I thought he offered it. If not, you know it now.
I wrote down names, and all I got, though, was
Vathra, Briar, Kesta.
We're going to have to get like a forward of your character sheet there with all the NPCs on it.
I have 14-year-old human thief.
That's the one. That's Yogbud.
Yes, that is right.
Hey, yeah. And I wrote down frog legs.
Robert and Tony, friendly construction workers working for Selvo at the Akhotan Temple. And last but not least on the list, Ragbon Smythe. Blue Crescent alias, unofficial leader of the unofficial refugee disgruntled group, knows the PCs and is friendly to them, claims the refugees are not behind the fires, tells PCs of water poisoning plot, runs the Backwards J bar and grill.
By the way, great opening image of Ragbon Smythe.
Coming up.
No, it came up in this last
episode. Yeah. Great.
Thank you, Christy. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good.
Christy's been killing it with the artwork. Absolutely just killing it. If you haven't had a chance, you can find that on our Facebook page. You can also find it on our YouTube channel. But thank you, Christy, for those.
And she's got the visuals. Sirenscape has the audio.
All right, now that we've had a really long recap, let's get into it.
Now that we only have 35 minutes left of the episode.
I'm feeling like a murder hobo today.
Yes.
Quick save. All right. So we find our players sitting on the front porch, the front steps of, not sitting, but Champ is standing talking to one of the guards guarding the Hanover residence. And then I think the rest of you are kind of back in the crowd. I believe Torvo said he is in the shadows.
I'm always trying, man. One of these days, dude. One of these days.
One of these days. Okay.
Because the way that stealth works is you can become unnoticed and then you can disappear.
Correct.
So, like, I mean, in a crowded group, you know, everybody else is like, Torvo, I lose myself.
Where'd you go?
I lose myself in the moment.
Okay.
Know it.
So, Champ, I believe you're part of this this dialogue.
Yeah, I better get back in there.
Hold on, I don't know if we can just start letting people in. I was told to keep people out.
Me, I put that board down, flash my badge.
Oh, you can put that away. I don't know how much good that'll be doing you right now. Your employer is I don't know if you heard me telling this fine gentleman here, but your employer is no longer with us.
We would like to investigate anyway.
After Kenrick comes out, then perhaps we can let you in. And as he says that, you see Kenrick, Henry and Harry Hanover's father, come out, and he's dressed in like these super elegant, noble maroon robes. Maroon.
Oh, there he is. I can start to walk past the guard.
So the guard kind of like pushes you and Champ down a little bit, or over off to the side, to make way for Kenrick. And Kenrick comes out and takes a look around. You guard, I demand that you disperse this rabble at once. This is a disgrace to the Hanover name, and my son was too much of a disgrace for that already.
What?
Disperse.
That's a public declaration, huh?
And he like starts walking to a carriage.
I pretend like I'm somebody else and just go murderer. From somewhere in the crowd.
Oh my god!
Do you
what kind of check was?
Do you I thought you were standing up on the porch with.
I wasn't on the porch. I wasn't. I thought I was out by the gates.
Okay, I see. He
Murder, a lot of intrigue.
As that happens, then you see some more guards coming out with like a gurney or a stretcher, and you see a body underneath that. So like as you say murderer, then you see that, and the crowd kind of like gasps. Gasp.
I was trying to get it so other people would join in.
Yeah, nobody joined in.
All right. Well, I tried to do it nonchalantly, so no one knew it was me. Just the guy in the crowd, No one joined in. All
right. So like, where are we in relation to where they just pulled the body out? Where is everybody, and where am I? Like, that's what I want to know real fast. Like,
so you imagine like a concrete porch that's like 2 steps up, and it's got like a half wall, that people can lean on, and it's a decent size. So when Champ went up to the guard that was guarding the door, then that's where I imagined he was at.
Mm-hmm.
Was up there, and so that's where Kenrick and now Henry's body has just come out. And so, like, nobody is, like, up on the porch except for, in my mind, Kenrick, the guard, and Champ. And then the other guards that are carrying the stretcher with the body on it.
Okay, so, like, me, Rav, and Mordax are still down.
Yeah, in my mind. You guys are still
that's
down.
what I kind of thought, too. I just want to make sure that everybody else feel that way.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, that's what I was...
Because that's just going to play into whatever I'm about to do. All right. So then,
as you're about to do whatever you're about to do, everybody just clears out around you. I'm just kidding. They said something's about to go down.
I'm moving close to Mordax, and I say in Goblin.
Hey, I think we really need to investigate that body and the house. So, one way or another, we either got to sneak in there, or we got to follow where they take this body, because I don't think this is right.
And I reply back in Goblin, that's exactly.
Okay, well, whatever's about to go down here, I'm going to follow that body.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Follow that body.
Then I turn and look at Rav. And I go,
we have a plan.
Rav wants to know what the plan is.
He says in open air.
Rav, you have a tendency of just speaking out.
Says the guy who was like, thank you for quieting down.
We want to know where the Blue Crescent is.
Anyways.
Rav's looking around. What the?
We're gonna follow
Conscience? Is that you, Conscience?
We're gonna follow the body, but we don't know what Champ's gonna do because he's up there right now. But I don't want to lose the body.
I'll keep an eye on Champ for you. You guys go.
Okay.
Hey, big guy. So the goblins are gonna go somewhere. We just need you to stay here with Mom, okay? All right. You just stay here.
We'll get you a pack of bubblegum.
You're not even gonna have fun where we're going. We're going to a morgue. You're not even gonna have fun there. Okay. So, Kenrick looks over at you, Champ, and sees you kind of like up on the porch and is like, I don't believe I know you. What are you doing up here?
I'm a champion of Colita and a friend of your son's.
Oh, were you part of the 4 rabble that he let in? Well, and he kind of looks you up and down. I knew he'd stooped low, but I just didn't know how low. And spits at your feet.
Punch him in the face.
Oh my gosh.
I'm tempted.
So, but you know the kind of position that he has, that he holds like on the council. Like,
Oh, and I know what kind of position Hogana holds on the council.
Hey, here's a question.
Lover's quarrel.
Did I see him do that?
Roll a perception check.
I got myself. What's my perception now? I got a 27 with a natural 20.
So I would say if you want to have seen that, then yes. But in my mind, that happened as you were talking to Torvo and Rav.
Okay. But I spotted it.
But I will. I'll say that yeah. If you wanted to have seen that, then yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I'll allow it.
I am flexing my muscles and debating whether or not to go punch the man.
So as you're debating that, then Kenrick, with his guard, starts to go towards his carriage and starts to climb in. And as they're kind of taking the body to another carriage, then you see one of the townsfolk reach out for the covering that's covering over Henry, and kind of pull it off, and everybody is just like, no,
Double gasp.
yeah, and like gasp, double gasp, gasp. And like the crowd starts to murmur in disbelief of like, oh man, I can't believe he's really dead, and like, no, this is terrible, and he was such a good guy, and like all this stuff.
And we're like,
And so
that's not Henry Hanover.
It's Helgana.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know if you guys ever seen Dead Body before, but that was definitely a mannequin.
Anyway, continue.
It straight up is like marbles for eyes. So a little bit of chaos, like not like a riot, but just like an increase in excitement of the crowd, and agitation happens. Everybody go and make a perception check.
Can I just add it to my other one?
Yeah, you can keep that 27. You can't add them together though.
All right, I got a 16 anyway. So
27.
23.
Okay, so what'd you get, Rav?
Oh wait, that's a 17. Sorry.
Okay, so Mordex, are you keeping the 27? Or you going the 16?
I'm going 16 this time.
Okay.
It's a new situation.
Okay.
And I got 27.
So Champ and Torvo, as this happens, especially you, Champ, from your vantage point up on the porch, you guys both see Kanarin, Shadow Breath, kind of like on the fringes of the crowd. He puts his hood up and starts to walk away.
I follow Kanaran.
Just like walking right after him.
Oh yeah, no, I'm straight up going after him.
Who's
Okay.
Kanarin again?
Kanarin Shadow Breath is the guy that was
Rickman
just...
type.
Yep.
Say that again. Sorry, you both were talking.
He's the Alan Rickman type.
That's the one. All right, okay.
Okay. So, so the carriages start to leave, and if I'm not mistaken, Mordex and Torvo are following the body, wherever that's going.
How close are guards and stuff to this carriage?
Pretty close.
I wouldn't be able to slip under the carriage and grab on or something?
No.
Oh, you already are.
Shadow step.
You just you start walking right next to him, like just one of the guards, and
then just roll in.
You look at him, give him a wink, and put your fingers in his nose again. You're like, hey,
lean in for a kiss.
How do you do, fellow guard?
Got a skateboard and everything.
It's the tree knows best.
Okay, so Mordax and Torvo are following the cart. Champion is following Canarian, and Rav is following Champion, or is Rav staying at the...
No, I'm following Champion, kind of like rear support type thing. Staying back, I'm not sure what he's doing, and I don't want to get in his way, so...
You can say rear support again.
Rear support! Rear. Most people have to buy that, but Rav's there for it.
In Frappa, you get some good deals on rear support.
Do you need rear support? Find a druid.
That's a +2 to handling.
Call Gobo and Gobo.
Call Gobo and Gobo.
Have you been injured in a rear support role? Call Gobo and Gobo. Okay.
We'll find a druid near you.
So let's follow that corpse first. So we're splitting the party.
Follow that corpse.
So, Mordax and Torvar, are you guys doing this stealthy, or are you just kind of walking down the road, keeping a distance?
No, I'm stealthing. I'm city stealth.
Yeah, city stealth.
Crowds.
We're in the crowd type stuff.
Yeah, not trying to be like shadow to shadow.
Yeah.
Okay, so if
unnoticed amongst people, so we're not bumping people shoving through.
Wait,
everything.
no,
yeah.
That cart. I got to stay with that cart.
Hold up! There's a cart. We're following.
Cart. Taxi!
1 second, guys, you're going too fast.
My little Gobo legs can't keep up.
Oh, no.
I'm imagining like a road runner running right now. Legs just spinning.
Anyway, so so you guys are following the cart. Go ahead and do make a stealth roll. It's not going to be super hard or challenging.
So one to pass? Okay.
Yeah, right. I got an 18.
13.
Okay, yeah, so you guys both successfully. It's midday, and so the streets are not crowded, but there's enough people that you can easily
it's like a Wednesday crowd in the mall.
Yeah, it's like a typical Wednesday crowd in the mall of America.
Let's go to the mall
during coronavirus.
Wait.
And so the rumor of Henry Hanover's death has spread, and so as people
wildfire,
like a temple fire.
Oh,
he's dead, and he's coming this way.
And so as the cart passes, then it's fairly easy for the guards to split the crowd, and people are quiet down as the cart passes, and bow their head a little bit, because you can just tell that a lot of people really did like Henry Hanover. But yeah, you successfully follow it all the way to the morgue.
Where's that at?
It's in the it's kind of by the city town center. That big circle.
Sorry, I need to pull up that attachment.
I do too.
So it's kind of near the town circle, not the town square.
Yeah, because the circle is a whole open other area.
Man.
Remember your own maps, dude. God, shut up. Give me a second.
I gotta find it.
Ooh, I like some of these.
Fight.
I'm gonna act like I didn't see those.
So what attachment I'm allowed to open up now?
One from last recording session.
Yeah, any of them from the previous Propa stuff.
Yeah. It's just
All right. So is it? Yeah. Is it here or?
Yeah. So it's by the Temple of Piara.
Okay.
For those that have their map open. So if you look at the top right-hand corner of the Piara rectangle, there's a little opening there, and it's one of those buildings.
City Center.
Oh yeah,
it is on the when you actually look on the labels of the districts. It is the City Center,
and it's going to be the bottom right-hand corner of the City Center Gardens square, not the actual gardens.
Oh,
so somewhere
CC
around
Gardens.
there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so if you look at the bottom right-hand corner of that rectangle,
I gotcha.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it one more time for those listening at home. Okay, so yeah, it's
wouldn't the morgue like be near Igwe?
Yeah, you'd think, but I can't retcon that.
Yep, I know.
No, because we're remembering first. The graveyard is more near Igwe.
Oh, that's true.
And if you want to have a
because
break
Piara is
for the dead,
remembrance.
do it all the way through the city.
That was it worked out.
It worked out.
It worked out.
You guys questioned.
I know my own.
We all
lore.
learned something.
I learned something.
Maybe you shouldn't. Continue.
So the people at the morgue come out and open up like a little side entrance that the cart just kind of goes right in.
How tall are the walls?
No, like it's not like a gated area. It's just a large building.
Oh, okay.
Does it wrap around to where there's less people?
Yeah, you can go around to the backside where there's fewer people.
Okay. I think we both make our way that way.
Yeah, we both basically nudge each other and motion that way.
Okay.
Oh, and we have established hand talk.
Sign language, some might say.
Ghetto talk. He taught me thieves talk.
Thieves can't. You've got some thieves can't.
Oh, everybody's got a little thieves can't.
Can't do anything.
No.
Not in this city.
All right.
Okay.
So so the wall, what? It's not even hard to scale. Do I even need to do anything?
What are you like? Are you trying to get
Well,
it? Because
when they let him in, did it look like guards stayed outside, or did they were like, or were guards even with it?
Guards were with the cart pretty much the whole time.
Okay.
And then like they get there, and you see the guards come back out, and so
they're like, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's a dead body.
They don't give a crap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if you go in and try and like steal the body, then somebody at the morgue's probably gonna stop you. But like the guards that took him there, like they're like, all right, yeah, let's go back and get our next assignment. So they left. But there are still people at the morgue. What are they called? The people that work at a morgue? Morticians. Like there's still morticians there.
And what time of day and stuff?
It's like noon.
And how does it smell?
It smells like formaldehyde.
Wow, they got formaldehyde.
Yes, they do.
It's pretty good. All right,
only the best.
Then I'm just going to jump over the wall and approach the building.
I mean, like before you jump over the wall and approach the building, I guess. I mean, I'll go with you.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to jump over and let's go ahead and check out this body.
Yeah, and if anyone asks, I mean, we can just play it off and say that we're morticians.
Yeah, and if they ask about that, we'll just choke them out.
Sure.
Excellent.
We have no morals.
Game plan.
Remember, you're the one that's gonna be doing the medicine check on this.
Oh yeah.
But I can try and deceive.
Yeah, I pulled up my skills again just to double check that I can do this. Oh yeah, I can.
No.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, jump up over the wall, approach the building, and gonna sneak in.
Yep.
Okay.
So am I.
So go and roll stealth checks because now you're rolling shadow to shadow.
Mm-hmm.
16.
25.
All right. So the residents, or not the resident, the morgue. Like there's the front doors where you'd see people if they had a viewing. That's where they would go, and then you also see like a back door where you'd imagine like maybe the break room or the kitchens, or it's that kind of door. It's got like a doorbell on it to be like, hey, I'm back here, let me in type thing.
Mm-hmm.
they've got windows on the front, like a lot of windows to let in a lot of natural light, and then on the back, you see that there's like one or two windows, but it's a 2-story building that you see smoke coming from the chimney.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. Is there any? How close are any windows or anything like that? Because I don't know how much I want to just go through the door.
How close are the windows to you or to the door?
To anything. Like, I just want relational.
I was just thinking, let's just go through the door.
Okay.
Just kind of
going through the front door.
And sneak in.
No, not the front door. The side door where they brought him in.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just open that a bit and just give a peek. A gentleman's peek, if you will.
Who's the gentleman in question?
I guess I'll do it.
Okay. Make a perception roll.
Perception. Oh, jeez. 10!
So, yeah, you open it up, and you see, you hear voices, but you can't get a bearing to see if they're, like, in that room or what. You kind of panic a little bit, and you're like, close the door. I heard somebody.
And that's what I do. And Goblin.
I hear people.
I'm going to say, okay, well,
get out of the way. Let me see.
Move, Torval. Get out the way.
24 to see what I can hear.
So your experience, your past life of being a thief, is brought up into your mind as you open the door and take a gentleman's thief's peek inside, and you see that there it's the break room basically is where it immediately goes into.
Gross! They led the dead body to the break room.
Well, like you see,
old school.
You got to look through your pockets first and use what you find on the vending machines. But basically, it's like a hall, and then right off of that hall is like a wide opening where the break room is, and so dead bodies go down the hall farther, and you see another swinging doors,
like saloon doors.
Not saloon doors, like refrigerated.
Okay. Yeah, more like lab doors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
they have the seal. They have the seal in the middle, or like meat locker doors.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they've got the super scratched plexiglass windows.
Okay.
Yeah. It smells like when we went and picked up your hog.
Yeah. It smells like that. It smells like a dead hog, huh?
It smells like a dead hog.
Okay.
I'm hung.
So you're able to see pretty good into the break room, and you don't see anybody in the break room, and you'd imagine that the voices are coming from where they just took the body.
Okay, I kind of motion, with my hands and do a little thing there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that you understand that I'm saying that I need to use the bathroom.
This
is all wood, right? Or is it stonework? Like, what are we?
It's wood.
At?
Yeah,
it's all wood.
Yeah. Okay, I motion that they're in what room they're in, that type stuff.
Okay, then we nod, and do we both just kind of squeeze through the door now?
I'm going to.
Okay, me too. We're gonna go through the door as quietly as we can.
Okay,
and each take up a side of the hall.
Yes.
Okay. So the door creaks open just a little bit, just because you are going slow. So as you're opening it, you can feel the vibration in it, and you're like, oh jeez, but you don't hear any.
Pull it up towards the hinge.
You don't hear any sort of change in conversation pattern from what you hear, and so you guys are successfully able to sneak in. So you're in the break room now.
Yep. I mean. Yeah, sure.
Or the hall.
Well, it starts in the hall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just take a peek in the break room real quick. Anybody in there?
Yeah, you don't see anybody in the break room. It's got a fridge. It's got a little vending machines.
A passive water cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. Cooligan, I think.
Yeah. Does it... it doesn't lead to anywhere else in there?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then
there's a little sign above the sink that says employees must wash hands before they get back to work.
Let's keep moving down then, man.
Okay. Who's leading the order?
Well, Mordax obviously saw stuff better than I did.
The goblin. Yep. The goblin is.
Hello.
The green goblin is.
Way to put labels.
Yeah, right. Yeah, not the tannish goblin.
I thought you were purplish.
I don't remember, man. I change colors, okay? It's
you're a chameleon.
Chameleon.
All right, Mordax, what do you do, Mordax?
Well, I go over towards the door to see if I can hear anything by the door of where I know people are.
Yeah, as you put your ear to that, then you definitely do hear, more. You hear that's where the conversation's coming from.
Well, do I hear any words?
They're talking same kind of talk that you heard on the way down, just from the general crowd, where it's like, "Oh man, can't believe Henry Hanover really." I remember the first time I met Henry. Oh yeah, really? I remember the first time I met him too. Oh, he's excellent and finest gentleman I've ever met.
So 2?
Yeah, there's 2 people you can hear talking.
So look over it, signal to him that there's 2 people in the room.
So are there actual windows on these doors?
Yeah.
Are they taller than us?
They are.
Okay. Then I climb the wall.
I can lift you up.
That's true. Okay.
No, stop. Put me down. It's cooler this way.
That's what
We'll lift you on my shoulders like we did that one time.
So just a little bit, enough just to see.
Okay.
Okay. And then that'll be a 22.
Okay. So yeah, you look in. Just you peek up a little bit, poke your head up, plug right back down, and you see that there are indeed 2 people in there that are kind of preliminary prepping stages before they put him in basically the equivalent of a cooler, body bag and stuff.
Okay.
And you can see that it's like they're doing like a repose type spell on the body just to help keep it as fresh as possible until they're ready to bury him.
Okay.
But you also see that they are just about done, and they're like, "Oh yeah, so what'd your wife pack for you for lunch today?" And they're talking about.
Is there a way out that I can see in that room, just somewhere like it probably goes up or somewhere?
No, it doesn't. You don't see that it goes up anywhere. You see that this is, as far as you can tell, this is the only entrance and exit to that room. It's a pretty big room. There's probably 2 or 3 tables that bodies can be on, and just like how I would imagine a morgue would be, slide out racks where they keep the bodies.
Okay, so I'm gonna sit there and watch them until I know that they're about to make a move to do something else.
Okay,
and then I'm gonna kind of whisper to him and say, do you relate to me also what's going on?
And that's what I wanted to double check that, and then I was gonna lean down as much as I can to be like, we're gonna
hey, it looks like they're almost done with what they're doing, but we're gonna have to move from where we are. We'll hide under the table.
Mm-hmm.
But we may need to cause a distraction somewhere else. I can hide on the ceiling.
Don't look up.
That's what I thought. I actually thought about if I put myself up in the corner of the door, up in that corner, and then as they walk out, nobody walks to a door and looks up in the top left or right corners,
Wait a second. Better check check the corners.
Check my peripherals.
On a real level, being somebody who does this as a profession, on a funny level, if you watch people, nobody ever looks up. People don't look up. So.
All right. Well, okay. I'm going to hide under the table then.
Which table?
What tables
in the
are
break
there?
room?
Yeah, one of them in the break. How many tables are in the break room?
Yeah, how deep are these tables? Can he spread eagle up in one?
There are 2 circular tables that are probably 6 feet in diameter, made out of that cheap white plastic.
Hey, cool. I'm playing on one of those right now.
So are we actually.
All right. Looks like that's where I'm going to hide underneath.
Okay.
Or a cabinet of some sorts.
Behind the couch.
Okay. Do you relate that they are talking about going to lunch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So then I climb up the wall then.
All right. And you go into the break room then?
I thought we were already in the break room.
You were in the hall.
So you went back to the break room. I went up above the door.
Oh, I thought it was all kind of the same thing. I'm sorry. I got lost in that. Maybe I'll try and climb in the other corner.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and make acrobatics.
Boom, 20.
Can it be athletics instead?
Well, athletics is your climb. So,
Haha. Then it's not
Well-
acrobatics.
Well, then make an athletics check.
17.
Make a lore tanning check.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be me.
19.
Rav just burst through the door. Did anybody ask for a lore tanning check?
all right.
Um,
I got 28. Does his climb seem weak at all or anything like that? That's what I want to make sure.
climb?
Yeah.
What do you mean, like?
Well, I got 28, so I know I'm feeling pretty stable, right?
Uh huh.
So then I'm watching
Oh, does
Mordax
his
to see if I got to support him up.
So yeah, just because of how the walls are, there's not necessarily a whole lot of like holding handholds, and so with his 17, you see that he's like having a hard time like getting traction on his hands and his nasty claws, and so yeah, you're
Did I
feeling
just
very
reach over?
confident, and yeah, you just push him up.
Yeah,
into
I
the
reach
corner.
over and push him up into the corner and hold him there too.
All right, so you hear him talking about the different processes for preparing a body, and they talk about, well, which locker should we put him in, and then you hear a locker close, and then they come out and go over into the break room.
Okay. So then I kind of quickly angle down, and then I motion up to Mordax, kind of like, I got you, kind of, if you need it.
Nah, I'll jump down. Lightfoot.
Do a ground pound.
Superhero pose.
The floor cracks.
Full on Thor this thing. Anyway.
Okay.
So bad on the knees. So bad on the knees.
All right, so you guys make it down off the wall successfully.
Okay, then let's go in.
So you go in, and it's surprisingly cold in this room. It's colder than what you expected it to be.
Hold on. Before we make it into the room, I'm going to put something that'll just fall over if they were to try and come through the other door by the break room, just to kind of give us a heads up, maybe, so we don't get caught unaware.
Okay. What do you have in mind?
Is there a bucket or something nearby?
Yeah, there's a mop bucket.
Okay, I'll put that right by the door.
Okay, sounds good. Just as like they come out and
Kick the bucket.
People also don't check where they're walking, especially if they walk there a bunch of times.
Well, if it's right by the door, I'm saying.
Okay.
So we'll hear it if they open the door. Bam.
You do that just fine, and then you guys go in. Roll another perception check.
21.
24.
Okay. So yeah, you guys kind of look through, and you don't see his body anywhere. So you know that they put him in one of the lockers.
Okay.
But there's no locks on any of them. Or rather, like there's places for like a padlock or a key lock, but none of them actually have, like the locks are just hanging there because they're like, we've never had a problem with it before, so they just get lazy about locking up bodies.
Yeah.
Only one of them has an X floating over it, though. That's probably the one you should choose.
Ding, ding, ding. When you get close, you feel an alert, and an exclamation pops above your head.
A white outline is surrounding one.
When you press Alt, you see it.
Or if you press X next to one of them, you get to the one that you need, and you press X to interact.
RPG tropes. All right, so yeah, how much are we going to have to search through them and stuff?
Yeah, you guys rolled high enough that like it doesn't take you very long.
Okay.
But you do see that there is a top row, so you kind of like go through the bottom ones, and you're like, I bet they put them on a top one just to make it hard because we're goblins. And so
we figured it was like, they're goblinists, just like everyone else around there.
If you guys want, you guys can move like one of the exam tables over to kind of stand on.
Oh.
Guess we're gonna have to.
Sure.
You pick it up.
And one of us can be on the shoulders. Either of us is probably strong enough to lift Henry out anyways. I'm not really worried about that.
Lift Henry out and like just he plops on the ground.
Well, that was what killed him.
He was asleep until now.
Okay. So
so the exam tables they lift and everything.
but you can pick it up and move it over and then stand on it.
They got like a gurney lift.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right. Okay, so I mean, we get it. We pull him back out on the slab.
Okay. So you roll him out, and he does have a repose spell cast on him.
Okay.
Not a whole lot more has been done to his body.
Do they have actual instruments and tools around here, or do I got to pull mine out and stuff? Or
they have instruments and tools around.
What, I get like a +2 if I use them?
Yeah, we'll give you a +2.
Cool.
I was like, all right, hey, take him over there. Let's do this real quick.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. Nice. All right. 25.
Okay. So yeah, you see that it wasn't suicide.
Yeah.
It's you see a stab wound through his chest.
Every time I'm seeing something, I'm also pointing it out to Mordax, so that way, in case we're in a time crunch, he's aware.
Okay. So yeah, you see a stab wound, very prominent stab wound in his chest, and you also see that there's not a whole lot of blood that came from that wound.
Interesting.
You've been around death enough and stab wounds and fights that if somebody were to get stabbed in the heart, a lot more blood would come out than what came out for here. You also notice that his ribs have been broken.
Can I reach through the wound? Like get my fingers in there? How far can I go?
You can reach your fingers in if you'd like.
How deep? To the heart?
Yeah, you can go all the way in.
Then that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. So yeah, you successfully locate the heart.
It's there?
It's there.
Okay.
He's not disintegrating at all?
I relate that to Mordax, that the heart's in there.
He's not disintegrating very much.
Because of the spell?
Because of the spell, and
he just had no magic.
Yeah, I was going to say, as far as you guys know, he didn't have any magic.
Okay, so... But his ribs are broken.
His ribs are broken.
What does it look like? Blunt force trauma?
It looks like if you were to do CPR on somebody...
Interesting.
And break their ribs.
Okay.
Then that's what it looks like.
So he has a stab wound with not much blood, broken ribs, as in resuscitation, probably. Any other things? Like 25.
Mordax, why don't you go ahead and roll a perception check or medicine, your choice.
I'll go perception. Yeah, 16.
16? Okay.
Medicine would have gotten me an 8.
Yeah, you don't. Let's see. Actually, there's one more check that I might have you guys do.
Perhaps he was poisoned.
Go ahead and make another perception or medicine check with that information.
That'd be a 15.
I'm going to use a hero point.
Yeah, me too. Boom! Okay.
The hero point did nothing for me. I got a 10.
26.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of look in his mouth and you see residue of something that you're not familiar with, but it's not spit, it's not drink, it's
okay. Not relate that.
Good call, Mordax. There is something weird in here.
We need to find a vial or something like that to put it into.
We look around. Is there something around?
Yeah, there's a vial that you can find.
Okay.
I run over with him on my shoulders as we run.
Yeah, I can identify the poison.
You can try.
I can try. I am trained.
Okay.
So,
right. Well, just go ahead and let's get the vial, get it in the vial first, some in the vial, and then let's try and identify this and get the shell out of here.
Okay.
Put your rear in gear.
Turtle in the half shell.
Okay. So
Ninja power.
So you guys get some of the liquid from his mouth into a vial. Not very much. You don't have a whole lot, but you do get a little bit.
Okay. And I have a bandolier.
And you hear the bucket get tipped over in the breakdown.
We both look at each other.
Up to the top corner. Corner of the room again.
Ow. Oh, man, yeah, because We won't be able to put this body back in time.
Or you just hide with the body.
We're not going to hide with the body. No.
We'll find out what they do next time
Oh, snap.
on D5 Questing. Will Mordax and Torvo successfully evade
the
these
morticians?
Unsuspecting morticians. Will Champ figure out where Kanaran's going? Will Rav figure out where Champ is going?
Mm-hmm.
Find out next week on D5. 1, 2, 3.
D5. Mortician.
D5.